Previously, I was talking about how to sketch a sign diagram, but in the real math problem of IBSL, you not only meet the sign diagram, sometimes you will meet the function like y equals sine 2x or y equal 2 sine x. So what is the difference between this function, the graph of this function, the graph of this function, and the graph of y equals sine x? So what are the differences? Firstly, we will talk about the difference first. So for this function, you will have the stretch or compress horizontally, which means this will be compressed like a spring. You just imagine the spring, and this long you stretch it to this long, even it still have a 4, the way go down this way, this way, this way. So that is the stretch and compress. When you see something inside this is 2x, that's the stretch and compress horizontally. And if you see this number outside here, that is the stretch and compress vertically. So this 1 will become 2. That's the difference. So here the difference is period. Period will different because it will horizontally, so different is period. The period is normally 2x will repeat after 2 pi. Different from this one. This one x will repeat after 2 pi. And this one 2x will repeat after 2 pi. So each of x will repeat after 1 pi, which means 2 pi divided by 2. And the amplitude is still same 1, so it's 1. Amplitude is 1, which means the range is -1 to 1. And for this function, the period is for each of x, so the period is the same with this one, that is 2 pi. But the amplitude, because it has the vertical stretch, so amplitude will change. This, you have the amplitude equal to 2. This is the amplitude because it has the stretch. So now I'm going to show you how to sketch this function from this graph. How to sketch this graph from this graph. As you are aware that the period is pi, so I will pick pi only. So in this is 1 period. So in this period, I divide it into 4 parts, 4 equal parts. This is period of this function y equals sine 2x. Because it's pi over 2, so 4 equal parts, that would be 5 pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi. And the wave will go the same, 0 up, 0 down, 0. So 0, 1 here, 0, -1 here, and 0. So that will go this way. This is 1 period, and this is pi, so from pi to 2 pi, the distance is pi. And you will have the same shape, so divided by 4 parts, and 1, 0, negative 1s and 0, so you will have the same. So this is y equals sine 2x. Now I will graph this part. I will take y equal 2 sine x. Because the period is 2 pi, so in this 2 pi, you keep it like the original one. 2 pi divided by 4 part, this, so you have a still 4 part equal. This is 2 pi. And the period is 2 pi, and the amplitude is 2, which means it will go up to 2 units. So this is 2. So it will go down to -2. Okay? And because this is 4 part, 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. 0, start from 0. this go up to 2 instead of 1. So this will go 1, but this, because it's stretched twice, so it's go 2. And this 0, and this would go to negative 2 here. So this is a graph of this function. If you keep going this way, you will have this part the same. So 0, 0, 1 will go to 2. 0 is 0, but negative 1 will go to negative 2. So that would go the same. So this is the function of y equal to sine x. That is about the transformation, but this transformation is horizontally stretch or compress. For if it's stretch, if this number, if you can see, if this number is greater than 1, then that compress because the period is smaller. So the period is divided by 2, so that would be when, if you have a sine ax, y equals sine ax, then the stretch is a less than 1 and compress if a greater than 1. And different from this one, if you have a y equal a sine x, then it's still vertically straight or compressed. You can see that if a is 2, then it's stretched a greater than 1, or absolute value a less than 1, you will have a compressed. Like for example, like this is 1/2, then the amplitude will be 1/2. That is about the stretch and compress. So now, if they ask you to sketch a graph function like y equals sine 2x minus 3, then what will you do? You just take this orange graph going down 3 units, so going down 1, 2, 3 units. This going down 3 units. That's how we do the transformation for this one. This is vertically translated. Or if you see something like y equals sine 2x plus 3, like this. So this is horizontally translated. So this is not all about the transformation of sine diagram, but this is the part of sine diagram with the transformation that you may see in the test and in some question of IB.